The tantrum started about 4 months ago.
Right.
Like full on throwing her on the floor, arms flapping, and I just completely ignored it. I didn't even, just didn't even acknowledge it, and it stopped within probably about a month. So I haven't had one for ages. I think it's because she realised that she wasn't going to get a reaction from it. Thought, well, this is pointless really. Why am I wasting my time throwing a tantrum? But she used to do it over the silliest little things. If I wanted to change a nappy, and she would just like arms would go and she would scream at the top of her voice. She doesn't do it anymore. I'm hoping that's the end of that.
I think it's different with every baby. With Grace, if you ignore her, she gets over it a lot quicker because most of the time she's just doing it for the attention. If there are more people around, she does it more often. So generally, if she's having a strop there, I either sit here and ignore her, or I leave the room, sort of thing. And then she comes back and finds me about 2 minutes later when she's calmed down and she's quite happy again. So that's probably the easiest way to deal with it, I think.
Yeah. The latest is probably the counting, and the neighbours have a cat, and she absolutely loves this cat. So she'll run after the cat, and that's where the cat book. So I think it's being aware of people as well. You know, she'll be walking along, pushing a little pram, and she'll say, "Hello, hello," you know, and it's she's just turning into a proper little person now. Where the baby side of us seems to be passing now. She's 19 months, so.
She put on one of my sister's shirts, and it was absolutely huge on her, and she wouldn't take it off the whole day. But she has she likes to wear like big necklaces, and she likes to have bangles. And she's always trying on people's shoes.
She was weaned at 4 months because she was just so hungry all the time. Because I was breastfeeding her, but then couldn't keep up with her. She obviously wasn't getting enough. So we started her on solids as soon as we could. And she's just loved it ever since, really. She doesn't stop eating most days, especially at the moment when she's going through a growth spurt. It's sort of every 10 minutes or so she's asking for something. And generally it's most things, not just biscuits and... What's wrong? You hit your head? Okay. Yeah, she likes most things, so we're sort of trying to expand her taste, get her to try different things that we eat. Most of the time she eats what we eat.
If she sees you eating an apple, she'll want to eat that apple. She's a real fruit bat, really big fruit bat, which is really good. She'll eat like mango, melon, oranges, bananas, apples. She'll just go through a whole plate of fruit, no problem.
He said probably, I'd say about 4 words.
Yeah.
Like mama and dada, and he said more was his second word from day one, and like from as soon as he started speaking. And then suddenly my husband and I were driving in the car, and I can't remember how it came. My husband said something about pub, and he said pub, and we literally listed about 35 words, and he just repeated them from that moment onwards. He's been talking loads. Not that you would believe it, but you do, don't you? So yeah, that's the biggest change. But he's always been such a good boy, and he's always, I don't know, he's just, he always took to things slower than, not slowly, but like later than. He was the latest to walk, he was the last person to sit up, he was the last person to do everything. But now you do it so well, like everybody else, huh?